gentlemen, welcome to the Activity Call Live. Now, let's hear it for our special guest host, Stephany Rodriguez.
Hey guys, hey Alliance family. Thank you for having me. It is such an honor to be a host of one of the company calls. I cannot tell you what a journey it's been the last, I was counting. It's been almost 4 full years. And for the longest time, I was telling people I was here for 2 years. And it occurred to me recently, I'm in almost the end of my 4th year. But it's just been so amazing. And every time I'm asked to do one of these calls, I just think about like what an honor to be asked to teach and to give back to the company who's given so much to me. Our lives have changed so drastically the last few years. And one of the biggest reasons why it's been changing for the better is my ability to be flexible. It's kind of what I'll be talking about today. I have a couple of guests that we'll bring on later. But being flexible is single-handedly, I would say, the one thing that gives me a step up above everybody else. Because, things just happen. I'm not unique in that sense, and I have learned that. Like, my problems are not unique. Every person has problems, but it's what you do when you're presented with those problems or when you're presented with negativity, how you decide to proceed with it. Do you ignore it and sweep it under the rug? Do you run from it? Or do you find a way to push through it? So, when you have something that comes up in your life, you get a choice. You get a choice whether or not you're going to make a positive decision. One thing that I do no matter what is I talk to one of my mentors, because I have learned that my first thought is usually wrong. The way that I think I should handle something and the way that I decide to handle things is 2 different things, because I have learned that I have to talk to the people that came before me. So, I'm lucky that I reached my hand out for help, and it's easy not to. It's easy to have pride and to not want to ask for help when you're dealing with things, but you're not ever going to get ahead if you don't ask the people that came before you how they suggest to handle it. So I have somebody, like I have Tim Goad for all my spiritual issues. I have Big Mike when I need him to pump me up, or if I have personal things I have questions about. And then I have Andy Riddle, who tells me how it is. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. So when I need to hear, the truth about something, and I just need to be told what the cold hard truth is, that's who I go to. And so what I have gotten good at is my communicating with my leaders. And it has shown me the way that I can adapt to things. And that's the definition of being flexible. The definition of being flexible is having the ability to adjust to new conditions. If we are rigid about things that come into our path, then it's very hard to take a new direction, and it is very hard to succeed because you get stuck and you don't know how to proceed. So don't get stuck. Learn to ask your upline or your mentors, what they would do. I just think that this opportunity is what you make it. And I am so excited about the future. And I didn't have a future before. So I didn't know what to do with this opportunity. I didn't take it by the horns when I first got into the company. I had no idea what was in front of me, and I didn't know where to go with it. And then once I made that decision to do something with this, when I saw the opportunity and I fully understood, I switched that light switch on. And that's all it takes for anybody, because anybody can do this. This is the beauty of the business, is people from all walks of life. Here just in our Treasure Island office alone, we have so many different kinds of people who have very different backgrounds, who all come together and who can be successful in this business. And it's a business that you're supposed to do together. You're not supposed to handle it alone. You're not supposed to go through life alone. It's meant to do together. So that's what we do here. And I think that's what makes our Treasure Island office so special. You know, I think I want to say that October was awesome. So I did 60,155 in the month of October. And all through the month, I just had things that kept coming up and different things that were interrupting my schedule and my normal routine. And for me, that can be difficult because I like my routine and I strive on it. I don't like people to get in the way of my schedule. So having things come up with the kids, doctor's appointments, evaluations, and then having things come up with me and, you know, doctor's appointments for me and different things that have been going on in my life. And my schedule has not been what it's been, but what that allowed me to do was adapt and change. And what that opened me up to do was using the CRM. For the longest time now, Robbie Kraft and everybody at home office has been preaching about how using the Today tab and the CRM can make you a ton of money. And I have just been so stubborn and I haven't been doing it because I have been stuck in my normal hamster wheel routine of using just the leads that I was using. So what I did is I decided to take their advice and I started using the Today tab. So I have some numbers because it's pretty incredible. Once I sat down and I looked at where the production came from and how it came to be. So like I said, October, I did 60,155. Almost half of that was from money that I found going through the birthday tab. And then the other half was going through policy review tab and the conversion tab and the Medicare supplement tab. So every single one of them has a purpose, and I always knew they had value, but I just didn't have the time to implement it. So when I had to change my schedule, I had to get creative and figure out, okay, how can I make money when I still have things at home that I have to take care of and I don't have as much time to go into clients' homes and to run regular appointments. So I went to that. And thank God I did. One annuity paid me out $6,889. In one day, I wrote over $7,274 of annual premium, and that was off policy reviews. $3,800 was from conversions. $2,275 was from birthdays. And I have another policy review that I just did a couple days ago. It was a client who's been my client since I came to the Alliance, so at least 3 years. And I have asked him 4 times about his annuity because I knew he had an annuity. I found it with a green sheet on our first appointment. I did not write him a traditional insurance policy because he had that annuity, but I did write him critical illness policies. And then I went back 6 months later and I did his Medicare. And then I went back and I did a hospital indemnity policy. And I kept building that relationship with him. And I went back the other day and I brought up his annuity again. And he's now made the decision that he wants us to take it over. And so he's just like, you know, that consistency of always asking and not giving up, that is what got me here. And so I just take that into the home with me, and I try and do that for my clients because I knew deep down that his annuity that's losing money is not to have him in the best position. What would put him in the best position is to be with us with something that he won't lose anything. And he listened this time. So it's really cool. I can't tell you how crazy Robbie Kraft has worked on the Today tab and ARC altogether. It's an amazing platform that other companies, they don't have those tools. And we are so lucky. You know, there's this one little tab on there. It is the maps. I love this thing, especially when I'm outdoor knocking or if I have some appointments cancel. You can click on the little maps thing and it will show you where you are. And then it will show you all the leads that are all over in your area. And then it will also show you your current clients. So then you just choose one of them because it's all color coded. So if you click on a new lead, it will pop up. It will show you the person's address, their name, their birthday, and everything. And then you just click it and it will open you to your GPS, and your GPS will take you right there. It is the quickest way to fill time and to make sure that you don't miss any time in your day where you could be making money. That little maps tab is so handy. I use it all the time when I'm out. It definitely takes time, or it saves you time, so you don't have to pull over the side of the road, sort through your leads, figure out which one is closer. You just go on the little maps thing, and it's the greatest little tool they have. The birthdays tab has been amazing. I have had clients. I had one client write me a thank you letter. She was so impressed that I remembered her birthday. And she, so our clients think that we're the most thoughtful people and we're just so awesome and we remember. But really, it's thanks to the Alliance for creating ARC for us and for giving us those tools. And that's the thing that sets us aside from other companies, is we have the tools and we have the people in home office that work so hard for us every day. They're always coming up with new ways, very innovative. And every time I turn around, there's something new that can make us more money. It's just been a crazy ride. I have 2 people on with me today who have also been through crazy rides and who have also had to be flexible in their lives. I want to bring one of them on right now. I got Miss Amber Graver. She is a rock star. I cannot wait to see what she does with us. Amber's brand new. I started talking to her, I would say about a month ago. She came from one of my other agents, Sean, and she's been working on getting her license. She kept running into roadblocks, and finally it all came through, and she's just starting with us. So I want to introduce her and get some knowledge out of Miss Amber. Hey, Amber.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me on the call.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so excited for you. You just have such a good spirit. And I know you shared with me a little bit about your past and what you've done before. I wanted to ask you, so basically I kind of wanted to find out, get a good picture of what you were doing before and how you found us.
So for about the past 7 years, I've been in some type of sales, business management, running things. I came from a solar company. I had moved down here to Florida to run their Florida division. Quickly, after being in the industry a while, quickly after moving down here and seeing just the issues with ops and things like that, just didn't really have a desire to stay in the industry. Just wasn't a great fit for me. I was great at it, but I didn't really enjoy it. Didn't like some of the things about, the schedule with the job, the lack of the flexibility, 65 hours a week. I'm on my computer, my iPad, till midnight some nights, waking up at 5 a.m. running. It was just a lot. Prior to that, I was running my own business up there in Dover, Delaware, and I was very involved with politics. So a lot of campaign management, promotion, things like that. I have a lot of friends who are lawyers and politicians up there. So Dave Graham tried to hire me to run his campaign, which I declined him at the time because he was running for governor, but I declined him because I was just too busy with my business. But I did help other candidates. One was running for senator, another one that ran for governor later as well, an attorney general. She's a good friend of mine. So super passionate about politics. I love that. I'm running my own business, my salon. I bought it. It was an existing business in operation for 20 years, was kind of staying stagnant. Wasn't losing money, but wasn't making a lot. Growth went up like 33% within the first 30 days of me being there. Sales were looking great. Later on, pandemic hits. Juice wasn't worth the squeeze type of thing. So when I moved here, I just didn't want to manage it remote. It was more so something to bring the community together, give some girls a job, and creating something, giving people bringing something to the community because the money wasn't super lucrative and it was just kind of a headache. So I got out of that. Prior to that, I was building houses for a company called Canadian Homes. So we would work all over like Kent and Sussex County throughout the state. We would build it, we would design it, we would fit it on the plot plan, we'd secure the financing, like you name it, we did it from the ground up. It was a fun job, but you were stuck, you know, in an office. You were working every Saturday. You were going to be there till close. Sundays was difficult to take off. You know, I like to go to church. That was hard. So schedule and flexibility wasn't really there. Prior to that, I was doing management for a company called Mattress Firm, formerly Sleepy's. And I got hired on there just as, you know, sales. I was just going in there hourly plus commissions. Started killing it. They put me in a store that was just crap. Nobody wanted to be there. And when I got the assignment, I was like, really? You're putting me in there? Come on. And then, you know, the sales went up really well. And so then they promoted me to manager, and then they wanted me to do like different trainings and stuff on like adjustable bases and everything like that. I was number 2 in the country for adjustable base sales and Tempur-Pedic, which when you take into account, we had about 9,000 stores across the U.S. at the time. We were beating Texas. It was a small, like little podunk Delaware. So I, you know, started to realize, hey, you know, I want to sell something that's a little bit higher commission, you know, as you can sell, you know, a $10,000 bed set. Imagine what you could make if you could start selling $400,000 houses. So I got into this business with the insurance because my friend Sean had done insurance before, and I had met him working in solar here in Florida. He had told me a bit about it. He started talking about the flexibility. He'd met Stephany and Z and really, really liked them. He had nothing but wonderful things to say. He said that they were so relatable. So that told me that, you know, the primary people in play here are great at building rapport. They're great at relating to people. People buy from people, not just that they like, but they can have some sort of commonality with. And I think Stephany is one of these people that it is easy to find something in common with her. So it doesn't surprise me that she's so easy to, you know, talk to clients and relate to them and sell to them, because I could see her relating to just about anybody. You do. You're good at relating to people. So I think that's like an instrumental part of the sales process. So the idea of being flexible, I can, you know, I haven't really settled down in Florida where I want to be, where I want to buy my next house at and things like that. This gives me the ability to not be trapped in one location if I don't want to be. There's some options for flexibility there. I can, you know, in the initial stages, I'm going to be running a lot of in-person appointments, but as time goes on, you know, maybe after a year, maybe I'm 50% remote, maybe I'm a hybrid of both, but that opportunity is there, and I see the potential with it, and I'm seeing how much money you can make doing this and how you can build it and how you can earn a passive income depending on your ability to like build a team and everything. So that's why I'm so intrigued by it, because I absolutely love the idea that your career with this can grow and change over time. And like you said, you can adapt to it. And you can also mold it to fit more of what you're needing or wanting at that time. So I'm really super excited to be here. I expect my experience to be very similar to Stephany's, in the sense that as time goes on, I'm just going to pick up more and more tips and tricks, and being very open to listening to the people who are good at what they're doing here and mimicking that. That way I can just bypass a lot of the learning curve that I see other people having to go through. So thanks for giving me a few minutes, and sorry that was so long, but
no, it was perfect. And, you know, you pretty much answered all the questions I was going to ask, because I was going to ask you what had you excited about, like, what made you go to insurance? You know, you had done things so opposite of insurance. You know, politics and insurance have nothing to do with each other. You know, neither does roofing, neither does solar. I mean, solar and insurance, we get a lot of solar people. One thing I learned from you is it's called a solar coaster. I thought that was pretty funny. But I mean, like, you've just been such a great addition in the short time you've been here. What I love about you is that you understand the importance of being flexible already. And you've just come with so many other different experiences and things that have happened in your life, but you still have such a positive attitude. And you do bring like a light with you when you go places. And I'm excited to see, you know, what you do here and how I can be of service to you. Like, I can't wait that first time you get a narc deposit and I get to be like, oh my God, look, you just got paid, you know? Like, I'm genuinely excited for you to see you have success here. But I mean, I guess you kind of answered all my questions. I was going to say, you know, like, what are some things you're going to want to accomplish over the next couple of years? Is there anything that you can think of, like, that you have your ultimate, like, this is what you see your life being? Is there any type of end goal for you, if you could think about it?
I just want to be able to reach as many people as I can and help them to develop into the best version of themselves. I'm big on mentorship. I had a mentorship program up north, primarily like young girls. And that's something that's just very near and dear to me, is just kind of putting my time and my resources, lots of resources in the past, back into those things, just helping people to live a better, like, happier life, you know, teaching them some skills and just taking what I know and giving it to the next person and giving them hope that, you know, hey, you can do this too. It's not that hard, and I'll show you how. So that's important to me. That's what I want. I want to be able to mentor more people.
Amen. Well, this is definitely the place to do it. This is a place where you can bring anybody and help mentor them and help get them into a position where they can give back to others too. Thank you so much for taking this time. You are so awesome. Thank you, Amber. All right, let's bring up Mona. So today we're talking about being flexible. Miss Mona had planned to be on the call, and she had a surprise gift for her nephew. Is it nephew or niece? You got unmute.
Nephew.
Nephew, and he's one?
He's 1 month old.
Right. So we're adapting and we're changing with a positive attitude, and we're going to do this interview with a 1 month old, and it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Miss Mona, you came from Jamaica, right?
Yes.
And how long have you been in Florida?
I've been here since 2018. April, so it's almost 5 years. My only job before this would be in Publix. I've done produce since I've been here, and I wanted a change of job because for the past 4.5 years I've been getting up about 4 or 5 o'clock, leaving my son in bed, and then he to get himself ready to go to elementary, and now he's in middle school. And
oh, we lost Mona. She'll be back. Mona has a really cool story. When she gets back on, I'll let her finish telling. But hey, in the meantime, you have me. I know there was one thing that I wanted to kind of, stress to you guys, and that's really like the relationships that we build here. Like, I never knew where I could plant my flag. Like, I always I thought about it, and pretty much any job I've ever done, I've had about 6 different careers, and any one of them has had a lifespan of 2 to 3 years. So right around 2 to 3 years, I start getting uncomfortable and like I need to find something else that is going to make me successful, because I start feeling empty. Like I need to fill my time with something where I'm helping people and making money. And so it was a long time before, you know, I feel like a long time because I graduated when I was 17, you know, and so I have, since I was 17, been looking for where I can plant my flag. So when I found the Alliance and I realized that this was where I could have fun, make money, make a difference, like that's when I knew that this was the time to go all in and to put my all into it. And so I urge you, if you're feeling like, if that's how you felt too, and you have come here and you have seen an opportunity and seen something, like grab hold of it. Start getting to know people. Don't be like me. Don't wait a year to start build relationships. Get uncomfortable. Get out of the like I was very shy. I'm an introvert. So doing this call right now is very difficult because I prefer to just, you know, be home with the family. But I also love helping people. I love going out and helping clients and seeing how I can serve in the community. And anytime I've ever had something going on up here, I've seen that if I just go and I help serve somebody on my team or serve somebody in the church or community, you know, that it makes it 10 times easier to get through. You always get past your own self and then you find the solution. You go through it. You end up finding the solution. I don't know if we have Mona back yet. Let me look. There's Mona. So Mona, okay. You're talking about your 11-year-old, how he was having to go to school and you didn't like that. And
yeah, because I had to leave him on his own for the whole morning. He had to get himself ready, pack his lunch and everything. And it was kind of difficult because sometimes I missed a couple things that's going on in school. But then he started middle school and I was like, okay, he started middle school in August, next school year. I have to be there. They need more time. He's going in a different school, so I got to find something that gives me a little bit more time to spend with him.
Yeah, and that's important. And I think that's the cool thing too about coming here is it's given me more time with my boys and allowed me to be a mom. And you know, if I need to be there in the morning to take them to school and there in the afternoon to pick them up, like I can do that. I have the freedom and the choice now. But you have a big.
The good thing is, during the whole time, I get to spend time with this little guy for a while.
Yeah. Oh, what a joy! You have a big family, right?
Yes, I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers. Then I have, 3 nieces and about 9 nephews.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a big family. And so we are there, have time for each other. So that's good.
And you guys are all here from Jamaica, right?
Yes. We're all here.
I know we met yesterday. We did your GS3 and excuse me, here that's the goal set, go serve, you know, help you figure out your goals and how I can serve you. And so that's what we did. And you have some pretty cool goals. I think we said what your 60-day goal was to get you your own place. And your 90-day goal was to get you a different car.
Yep.
And we figured out how you have to do it and what appointments you have to run. Now we get to just go in and do that. You have so much going on this weekend, and come Monday morning, you know, that's when your switch flips. So I'm just so excited for you to see, you know, like what you can do in your family.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, you're just so awesome. Great addition. I know when I met you and Amber, I told you both I wanted to have a team of strong women who take over the alliance because women are the future. We're coming. We're coming for you guys. You know, lots of women on the leaderboards and taking over. So watch out, Alliance. All right, Mona, thank you so much for being on. Guys, I'm so excited for the future. We have some great people on our team and in our office. It's been a huge blessing. There's some things that I have learned from Tim Goad and Andy Riddle, and some things that I want to leave you guys with because everybody always asks, like, how did you do it? And the God's honest truth is I just make a big mess. It's not pretty, it's not clean, it's just a big mess. I get up at 5 a.m. I do my morning prayers, my little daily reflection reading that I do, and then my day begins. I have kids, I have Z, so we've got a crazy morning. And then I have the afternoon to go help and serve clients. But what I have done is I just every day think, okay, what is the biggest thing that I could do that I don't want to do, that I can get off my schedule? And I take that. It's called, it's a book I learned that from. It's Eat That Frog. It's telling you to take the most daunting task you have on your plate and get it out of the way. People typically want to get all the little stuff done so that they can feel like they're being busy and getting stuff done, but really it's just busy work. You have to take the big stuff out of your schedule first, the most daunting things, and it makes everything else easier. So, using the Today tab was difficult at first because I have all these leads, right? And my leads are coming in. So what I did is on Monday, I went into the office and I set some appointments with my leads. And then I went through the Today tab and I just booked up my whole week. A lot of it I was able to do with my clients over the phone. But even if I went to their house, I still saw it as an opportunity to connect with them again and to continue building my relationship with them again. Because that's what this is. We're in the people business. We're building relationships. So I go through the Today tab and I make those phone calls that I wasn't doing. I have clients from 2 years ago that I haven't talked to. I had one client, I had sent a birthday card out, and you know what I got back, 6 to 8 weeks later? I got back that same envelope, and on the front it said, this person was deceased. And so thank God I had the sense to do the ERSs, because I went back and I got his family members and names. I talked to the sister, was able to give my condolences, help them through the rest of the process with filing the claims. I was able to serve that family because I did what I was supposed to do. I got caught up in the routine of just leads. And I wasn't taking care of the clients that I already had. And I had to take a good look at that because one of my clients died and I didn't know. Thank God I was sending a birthday card because that's how I found out. And that's what I'm here to do. When I helped that client with that policy, I told them that I would be there to help the family. And that's what we did. And, I can sleep good at night because I know that I kept my integrity and I followed through. And that's what this is. This is just having the integrity to do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to show up, then you show up. If you say you're going to help somebody, then that's what you do. And that's how you become successful. And that's how you gain confidence. Tim Goad said that confidence is, what did he say? Confidence is giving people the feeling or belief that they can rely on you. It means you go the extra mile. And when you're being tested, realize you can get through it. It's the state of feeling certain about something. And I never considered myself a confident person until I heard him define it like that. And I realized that I am, because I know no matter what, at the end of the day, as long as I do the next right thing, success will follow. I can't tell you how many good things have come in the month of October, even in the midst of all of the stress that I've been dealing with and all of the personal, health issues and things with my kids. But like all of the blessings that have come from me doing the next right thing and using the lead map and the today tab. I saw a homeless guy. And the homeless guy came from the new LPT leads, which I started using because in my normal comfort zone, I did not want to try new leads. After Jerry Burbage's call a couple weeks ago, I decided I had to give those leads a try. So one of the first that I got, it was like 10 I got in one day. And one of those leads was a guy who told me he was living in a shelter and he had been homeless for 2 months. And the first part of me said, well, do I really want to go to a shelter? Because this guy probably has no money. So what's the point? How will I help him anyway? And then the next thought was, that's the wrong way to think. You never know what you can help this guy with. At the very least, maybe you can help him find a place that he can get in, or maybe I can do a free will for him, show him how to do that, anything. So I went and I saw him, and he told me a story, like a very sad story about how he lost his apartment and he couldn't afford the first month's last and security deposit to get in a new one. And he'd been living there for 2 going on 3 months. I sat outside with him. He was very adamant about wanting insurance because he has a brother and a son, and he did not want them to have to be responsible for all this mess he was in. And, he got a policy that the premium was $50 a month. And here I was trying to give him something for $20 a month because I was pushing my thoughts onto what I thought he could handle. And that's a mistake that sometimes I think we make is we prejudge the situation and we think that we know what's going on. But when you stop to listen and you actually hear what's being said, then you understand what's important to people. When you can actually hear them, you can hear what's important. And I heard him, and he got approved instantly. He got covered, and I'm going back today to do his Medicare for him. So it's like all these good things came from me going through all of these challenges this month and making changes in my business and my life. And I just know that this is where I'm supposed to be. And this is the place where I'm going to bloom and I'm going to grow where I am, because this is the opportunity I'm given. And I am nobody to say that this isn't the right path. So I'm just so blessed, y'all. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys all in January. We have so many exciting things coming up at the Alliance, and you guys just don't know that we're in the right place with the right time at the right people. Hold on to your team around you. Bring them in closer. People will need somewhere where they can go and that they could have a safe haven, and you get to be that. Your upline gets to be that for you. Just take every advantage of this opportunity. I can't wait for January. It's going to be so much fun. And I can't wait to see who's coming to New Zealand and Ireland. We are so blessed, guys. Hope you all have a great Friday, good weekend, and I'll see you next time.